It is going to take a while to get used to seeing Mike Castellana in that car.
Yeah, the black Camaro we were very familiar with had a very destructive end in testing before we went to Charlotte, so he scored this gently used former Bahrain 1 car.
I like the accessory that Manny Buginga's rocking on the passenger side of that car.
Listen, a lot of people take those tire covers off before the burnout. I'm against it.
Yeah.
I like what he's doing out there.
It's aerodynamic.
It is, and that was a suction cup test, and the suction cup test survived a 73-mile-an-hour speed burnout. I do not believe they're certified for 250.
I don't think it's going to make it to the 8th mile. In fact, it didn't even make it back to the starting line back in
No, it was angrily ripped off the side of the car. So Manny Buginga began the season in the car that Jason Lee is driving. This car he purchased from Todd Tutterow. It is the first roots-blown car he's ever raced. He's driven turbo cars, he's driven pro-charge cars. This is the first roots car he's ever raced, and when he got it in Charlotte, Q1 was the first time he ever drove it. Tutterow tested it before the race, so he's getting more comfortable by the minute. Of course, Tutterow, a legend, and Mike Castellana still teamed up with Frank Ace Manzo and Larry Morgan now.
Western Beef Machine, of course, mentioned Brian, the car we've been so used to seeing out there, the black and gray machine that is no longer with us.
No, and thankfully it did its job properly by protecting Mike in a high-speed crash that happened at 250-some miles an hour. There was not much left to speak of that car.
There's nothing wrong with this race car that he purchased, though.
No, absolutely not. I mean, these a lot of these chassis are built by, I believe that's I'm not sure if it's a Jerry Haas car or a Bickle car. Jerry's out there watching, so I'm guessing it's a Haas car. But you put a guy like Larry Morgan on the chassis side of that car, it's going to be quick. 573.6, 250 for Buginga. Nice pull there. Castellana, again, we talked about the experience Al Belushi has in the seat. Castellana managed to drive that car through tire shake that to me looked like it was going to cost him the run. It definitely killed a couple of hundreds for him, but a 579 at 251. I'm telling you, a less experienced driver is probably out of the throttle there, but he was able to keep the thing in the groove and finish it. For Manny, a nice number 4 spot for the moment.
Yeah, I think no question about that. Mike Castellana got out there and about 200 feet or so, you could see the back end of that car sashaying around as it was driving through the tire shake, and was able to keep it, not only keep the power down, but also keep the thing pointed straight. And that's oftentimes the biggest problem when these cars start to rattle the tires.